What's up, my fruity cutie? My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan, and today I may or may not be joined by my friend Corinne. We're gonna see if he's gonna show up. I don't know. Either way. Oh, hey Corinne, what's up? Oh my gosh, he's here, guys. So today we're gonna be talking to Corinne, I think I'm saying it right, about the plant-based bundle. Guys, before we start, I want to let you know that we have a Black Friday special. It's 215 books by amazing, all by amazing plant-based creators, including Corinne. He has a book, No Weak Vegans and Macro Mastery. And so I want to ask him about that stuff now. So I'm excited, and let's get into it. Let me bring him in right away. Okay. So here we go. Hey!
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
What's up? Am I saying it right, Corinne?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, what's up?
So yes, we're both in the brand new plant-based bundle, which is like the biggest bundle I've ever been a part of. Maybe you as well.
Yes. It's a really big bundle that we have going on.
Yeah. And so thank you so much for joining me. I would love to ask you a few questions because you have two amazing books in the bundle. And guys,
Four.
Four.
Yeah, 4 books, yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay. So I definitely want to find out about the other two. There's so many books, 215. But guys, you have only until Monday. So if you want to get the bundle, it's $50 for 215 plant-based ebooks. That's 3,000 recipes, all super healthy, all vegan. And click the link in Corinne's bio, and you can check that out until Monday. Okay, and so you only have until Monday, guys. So first of all, first question is, I want to know, when did you go vegan? How long have you been vegan?
I've been vegan for over 10 years.
Wow.
And I went vegan because I was in school at the time, and I saw Gary Roski, who's a vegan activist, and he went into my classroom and did his speech. If you haven't heard of it, it's called The Best Speech Ever. And if you just type that in YouTube, you'll see Gary Roski doing his speech, and he did that presentation in my classroom. So I was able to listen to him, and then from there, that's when I started my transition more into a plant-based diet. Went pescatarian first for a couple of months, and then once I started learning a little bit more about where to get my protein and balancing out my diet, that's when I fully transitioned into a plant-based lifestyle.
Incredible. Wait, so you were in the room with Gary?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fate. That's the universe right there. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you were in the military before this or after this?
Before and during. So I've been in the military for about over 8 years. I did 4 years in the United States Marine Corps, deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom 3 and 4. And then once I got out, I joined the Navy Reserves. So the Reserves is like more part-time, and that's why I was able to go to school during that time period.
Wow. So you have experienced being in the military as a vegan then?
Technically, because the Reserves is part-time, so it's a lot easier versus being in it first full-time. But I do have students that is in the military, and I trained them, so I show them what to do and stuff like that.
Is it possible to be vegan in the military?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, but the different scenarios and different ranks and branches. You know, there's a lot of things that plays a role when it comes to that. But it's to answer the question, yes, it's possible. I
never knew that. I never knew it was possible. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's talk about your books. So first of all, you wrote a book called No Weak Vegans. Can you just tell us a little bit about it? And if you just joined us, guys, we're talking about the amazing plant-based bundle, which is available only until Monday. So you have literally 3 days, and then it's going to be, okay, so it's $50 right now for the plant-based bundle. After Monday, it's going to be almost $9,000 to get everything. So I would recommend checking it out. Click the link in Corinne's bio. And Corinne, so what is this No Weak Vegans about?
You can get the links in my story. I don't have it on my bio.
Story. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
in the stories. Yeah, I post it like every other day. So if you want to take advantage, go ahead. But the No Wheat Vegans talks about like 24 things every new vegan needs to get lean and strong. So the reason I created this book is because I know when people transition to a plant-based diet, the first question they always have is like where you get the protein. So in that book, I definitely talk about where you can get the protein, starting off with like supplementations, because this is more for people who wants to work out and do things more actively. So first thing we talk about in the book is like some of the vegan supplements you can take, like ahi flower oil, different types of proteins, BCAAs, things like that. And then we go ahead and transition into the proteins. So we talk about like the top proteins that people need, which is mostly like tofu, tempeh, seitan. Then we dibble dabble a little bit into like the mock meats, maybe some nuts and seeds that you can add in there as well. And then after that, I just talk about like other things that can definitely help you become a little bit more successful when it comes to living a plant-based lifestyle. So maybe some equipment that you need in the kitchen. And then to be a healthy vegan, I transition a little bit more into like my services, some testimonials of people who worked with me and got results. So that's pretty much the No Wheat Vegans.
Amazing. Amazing. Can you tell us can you give us like your top proteins that you like to get as a healthy vegan? Like your top 3 sources?
Yeah, so it's going to be tofu, tempeh, tofu, seitan, and then lastly is going to be particular mock meat. So right now I'm really big into the daring chicken. So I do that one mostly right now. So it'll be those 3 majority. Mm-hmm.
Amazing, amazing. And then, okay, so then you have the Macro Mastery book as well. What inspired you to write this book? And can you just tell us a little bit about the importance of Macro Mastery?
Yeah, so what inspired me to write the book was 2 things. First, there was a problem in my business. So when it came to writing up the meal plans, a lot of people would ask me like, how do you make the foods? Like, because I would write down all the recipes and what they need to do. But people wanted something a little bit more like with more explanation. That's number 1. And then number 2 was because I was featured on New Day, New Chef on Amazon Prime. You can even check it out now. It's still there. And when I did that television series, it was a cooking show. That's when I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just make like cooking videos, So that's when. So what Macro Mastery is really about is first it teaches you how to make your own meal plan. Okay, so this is for individuals who they want to build muscle, lose body fat, maybe be on a maintenance program. I show you everything what to do, like the same thing I do for my students. And make meal plans for them. I show you how I do it. So I literally show you everything you need to do to make your own meal plan. Like to create your macros, all that stuff. Then it has 70 different recipes. So within the meal plans that I give out to my students are the same meals that I make for them. So pretty much you're getting like the glossary that I use for my students if you decide to work with me. So I always tell people the only difference between working with me and the book is that the book you're doing the work, like you're doing everything yourself. So if you make mistakes and stuff, and I'm being brutally honest, if you make mistakes, that's not on me, that's on you, right? But when it comes to the services, there's no mistakes because you're working with an expert, and I'm showing you. Only thing I'm doing is like I'm giving you the recipes and everything, but I'm making the portion sizes and the calories and macros for you. So that's the difference. But the book is great. A lot of my students owns a copy because if they want to switch a meal out, it's a good glossary for them because they already have everything there written out for them and drafted. So if they want to swap out a meal and put in like vegan pancakes, they can like look at recipes, see how I do it, and then make those changes. So that's what the Macro Mastery is about. Yeah.
Amazing. And then somebody just asked if they can order the book. Yes. So you can order the book. It's part of the plant-based bundle. You can click the link in my bio or in Corinne's story today. It's in your story today, right?
Yeah, in the story.
Perfect,
yep.
perfect. So guys, it's only till Monday. You're going to get my book, the Raw Vegan Beauty book. You're going to get 4. Okay, so what are the other 2 books you have in there, Corinne?
The other 2 are very quick novels. So the first one is 7 Steps to Become a Ripped Vegan. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't want to go too deep into it. It's just 7 steps to be a ripped vegan. So it's like, I don't know how else to really explain it. It's really a short read, but I just give you like the important steps when it comes to that. I don't want to tell it, and then because then there would be no purpose of getting a book. And then the same thing when it comes down to the other one is a small read. It's 7 steps to build lean vegan muscle. So one's to just get ripped, and then the other one is tips to build lean muscle, and it tells you like 7 important tips. So they're great short reads. The tips are highly important to use and utilize if you want to achieve these goals. But that's what those small 2 books are for. They're small reads.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, I'll leave the links below on YouTube. And just a few more questions. If anybody has any questions for Corinne, just leave them down below so we can get to them real quick. And then I wanted to know, since your specialty is fitness, of course, in the vegan world, is it possible for us to lose weight and gain muscle at the same time? Is this possible?
Yeah, it's possible. It's just that when it comes down to like losing weight, the whole idea behind losing weight is to lose weight. So if you're in a caloric deficit at the time being trying to lose body fat, you could build muscle, but it's not going to be optimized. You're not going to build the most muscle in a deficit. Like it's extremely hard because you're burning more than what you're actually consuming. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to be putting on tons of muscle, but you will be losing majority body fat. Now, the thing is when it comes to losing body fat and building muscle, is that you have to understand there's stages to everything, right? So once you start getting into a healthy body weight, or you have a low body percentage where it's healthy and you're satisfied, then after that, you want to start doing something called reverse dieting. This is when you're slowly adding more calories back to your diet, but during this transition, you're trying to maintain and keep the body fat low and healthy while you're putting on lean muscle mass, if that makes sense. Okay. So now when you're in that transition of that reverse dieting, the goal in the reverse diet is to get to a maintenance stage. That's when you're able to consume a high caloric diet every single day, right? And it's probably like, let's say it's 3,500 calories is your maintenance stage. Like that's the most you can eat without putting on body fat and reverting back to where you started, right? And you're able to stay lean and build more muscle. Then you stay within that maintenance stage, and you're able to keep the weight off and build lean muscle at that point. And when you're in that transition, even the workouts changes. So you're not doing like a lot of corrective and functional training. You're doing more hypertrophy or bodybuilding training at that point. So that's how it really works. But a lot of people do get that confused. A lot of people don't really understand a true time that's invested to go through all these stages. So so when you get with coaches and you're just like, oh, I want to do this $50 8-week program or some shit that costs like $200 for like a couple of weeks just to lose fat, you're not realizing that you're only doing a program for what it's made for, and it's just to lose body fat. And you're not learning and transitioning your lifestyle into something that's mostly sustainable. Because even if you learn and you did a program that just helps you lose fat, you never learned how to maintain and keep the fat off. You just learned how to diet. And this is something that a lot of coaches do not talk about. Even in this space, even in the vegan fitness industry, I see it all the time. It's very well known. It's one of the dark secrets in the fitness industry, because they know that the less educated you are, the more money I can make off of you. You know, so if I don't teach you how to get to a maintenance caloric state and tell you the reality when it comes to dieting and building muscle and stuff. And I just talk to you about what you want to hear. Like, I can help you be ripped and shredded, da da da. And the whole goal is really focus on that. And I'm not talking about long term after that. You're getting bamboozled. Yeah. Because I'm just selling you something based on pure emotion. So that's something that a lot of people really miss in the fitness industry. And this is why, you know, a lot of people always go through these yo-yo dietings or have like, you know, problems eating food, you know, food disorders and stuff like that. It's all this shit comes from that.
Great point. Yeah. I see it all the time. You know, I'm in the raw vegan space, and a lot of people are selling their juice cleanses. I don't do juice cleanses or water fasts. I don't recommend it. I don't do them. I don't sell them because I know it doesn't work. Because what you just said is the fact. It's a lifestyle, y'all. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that's how you're going to get your goals the fastest, is to change your lifestyle. So I love that. Thank you so much for touching on that. And so since you're an expert in this field, and I'm trying to get fit. You know, I've been on my journey for a while now.
Yeah.
But question. So some people recommend, and I want your expertise on this, because some people recommend you do weights every other day, and then some people do weights every day. So I'm curious, what do you recommend specifically to women for their weight training? Do you recommend every other day or every day, or what do you like to say?
At the end of the day, it's like this type of stuff really boils down to your lifestyle and your fitness goals. So it's like so someone like myself who's in the fitness industry, like I train 4 or 5 days out of the week, right? And that's because of my lifestyle and what I do and the goals I'm trying to achieve and maintain. So for me, it's okay. But let's say someone who's, you know, they don't have, their goal is just to be healthy. They're not trying to be no bodybuilder. They want to live a normal life. I would say minimum, like at least 3 days out of the week, you know? So at the end of the day, it really depends on your lifestyle, your goals, and it has to kind of really be in line to what you're trying to do. So, and also the speed as well. You have to take that into consideration as well, because let's say you're trying to lose body fat and you want to lose like 2 pounds of fat every week, right? So that would be around like 8 to 10 pounds a month, which is the average for my students, right? So something like that, I would tell them in reality, I'm like, there's checks and balances, right? So it's like, if you're only training 3 times out of the week and you're on you're on a deficit, but it's not as aggressive, then you're not going to be losing 10 pounds a month. You know, you kind of have to realize and understand that, right? But if you're like, I want to lose fat faster though, then if you're only training 3 days out of the week, the diet has to be more aggressive. That's just how it is, because you're not moving your body, you know? So the diet has to be a little bit more aggressive. Now, if you're doing like 5 days out of the week with an aggressive diet, you're going to be losing pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's checks and balances. It's like, you have to, whatever you want and whatever you're trying to achieve has to have a reflection to your lifestyle and what you accept for the results. If that's the best way I can explain it, you know?
That was perfect. Now, John, you know, Badass Vegan, he wants to know, what if he wants 0% body fat, Corinne? That's the question. What if he wants to get down to 0? What do you recommend?
Do cocaine.
There you go, John. That's your answer, boo. That's your answer. Okay, so we got the experts here. That's why we asked the questions. Okay.
No, I'm kidding, y'all. Don't do drugs.
You know, this society's weird. They say don't do drugs unless you're sick. And if you're sick, then they want you to do drugs. It's weird. John approved of that message. Okay, very good. So last question. Okay, guys, leave your questions below. Your real questions. John fooling around. But ask some real questions, because we only have a few more minutes. But we want to remind you that the plant-based bundle is available for 3 days only. It's 215 amazing books and courses, over 3,000 recipes. 45 of those books are raw vegan, and then the rest is healthy cooked vegan food. So if you're trying to go raw or you're trying to just be healthy, a healthy vegan, get this bundle, guys. Check the link in Corinne's story today, or click the link in my bio, and let us know if you bought it already, because I personally looked over it and it is amazing. And so now I'm just curious, I'm really curious, what is like the first step you would tell someone if they're trying to be vegan? They want to be healthy vegan. They don't want to be a junk food vegan. What's like some of your tips on being a healthy vegan?
Well, to be a healthy vegan, I have two things. First, like let's say you have zero clue when it comes to transitioning to a vegan lifestyle. I always promote the mock meats when it comes to that, because I know how it was when I was transitioning, but the difference was that during my time there was really no mock meats. There was only tofu and tempeh and seitan, and the only mock meat at the time was only that, and what I could afford was only tofurkey sausages. So those are the four items I had when it came to protein, and then everything else was just like fruits, vegetables, mostly whole foods, right? So I would say start off, but now you have all these mock meats. So I know, like, when it comes to people patterns and habits and how they identify food, it's going to be a little bit different than me. So I would say start off with the mock meats, because it's an easy transition. Like anything you could think of, like steak, chicken, pork, there's a vegan version of it. And it's just easier to do that because I always say do things step by step. So it's like, if you're going to have like chicken with rice and some broccoli, like a normal dish that a lot of people regularly eat, just replace the chicken wings with like vegan chicken, and right there you already have a vegan meal, like just like that. Some people say like they don't like veganism, but they don't understand that you're already consuming mostly a vegan diet if your plates that you're eating is balanced, so you just have to replace like really one or two side dishes from your plate, and then just add something that's more plant-based or alternative, and you're pretty much vegan right there. So do that. And then for sure, when it comes to getting mostly whole foods, like, especially when you're shopping on the outskirts of the grocery store, do more of it. So, versus like a regular American plate, if you order a salad, you get that little side salad. Well, times that by 4, like make it into a big bowl of salad. That could be a side salad, all right? Because that small little salad, it's not even enough to even get that much nutrients from. Like, you need to eat a lot of vegetables to get a lot of nutrients from it, So if you're eating a whole big bowl of salad, that should be your first dish when eating. So always say, like, make it bigger, especially when it comes to your greens. And then same thing when it comes to fruits and vegetables, add more. And then don't worry about things that's organic and stuff like that. Like if you're like, apples are too expensive because they're organic, then eat the conventional. Like, I'm telling you, the conventional is going to be a lot better than not eating it at all, and this is something I really like harping on, because a lot of people do say veganism is expensive, but they're looking at everything like everything's so super black and white, and people want to be this purist mentality when it comes to eating healthy. And I'm like, look, a lot of things I eat is organic now. Like, everything is organic now and non-GMO, and it's the best place. I shop at Whole Foods and Farmers Market. I shop at the high expensive places. But there was a time I wasn't. There was a time I was shopping in Walmart. I was buying string beans and beans with sodium in a can. I was eating shit from a can. Yeah. And guess what? Like, I was still healthy. I still got results. You know what I'm saying? I didn't die. You know, you're not going to die eating string beans from a can that has BPA. It's a lot better than not eating nothing at all and hyper focusing more on meat, you know? So you have to kind of think like that and think like then looking at everything black and white and everyone being like these food judges and stuff, like look at it more of a journey. Because even with me, when I was eating shit out of the can, you know, like, yeah, I didn't know at the time. First, I didn't even know, you know, because there wasn't even the information out there about that stuff when I went vegan. But second, like I wanted to do organic, you know, because organic just came out in America when I transitioned. So for me, I was like, I don't have the money, but I want to get there. So through time, the more money I started getting and acquiring, I started investing into healthier things. Yeah, I remember looking at seasonings. Like I was like, fuck, like, you know, $5 just for a little seasoning curry, man. That's crazy.
It's $9 for smoked paprika now. What are they making this out of? How expensive is it to smoke paprika? $9. Anyway, great points, and I completely agree. Everyone knows, like, I'm really into the fruit and vegetables, right? Like, organic tastes better. Yeah, amazing, right? But do what you can. Use what you have. Don't make an excuse just because you can't afford organic. That don't mean that you can't eat healthy. That is such a good point. And I got a lot of raw vegans here. Somebody said, because, you know, that's my page, these crazy ass raw vegans, they said dumpster diving works.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
Do what you gotta do.
Yo, these crazy ass raw vegans. I love my community, let me tell you. Guys, we got one last question for Corinne. The last question is from my girl Tessa. She wants to know, what is the best exercises for losing weight? What do you say are the best exercises?
Well, for the exercises, it's going to be mostly like, I feel like it's functional. It's the most optimal. Because the thing about functional training is that functional training is a multiplanar type exercise. That means that you can move your body in multiple planes of motion, and it's mostly full body to really dumb it down, right? It's like a lot of full body workouts, right? Because you want to do things like that because when you're activating multiple muscle groups while training, you're burning more calories, right? Versus like a bodybuilder's program, you know, if I'm on a machine and I'm just like, you know, like doing some curls, right? I mean, how many calories are you actually burning sitting on a machine doing some arm curls? Not that many, because the machine, first of all, is you're in an isolated position and you're only targeting the bicep, yeah, and you're sitting down. So, and I always say this to my students, like, so just put that into perspective. Like I'm sitting down right now on this interview, right? So it's like, yeah, if I'm sitting down in my chair, I sit down in my car, I sit down when I'm eating, I'm sit down when I'm like, you know, watching a movie, whatever. You know, we live a very sedentary lifestyle, and now you come into the gym to sit down, like you're not going to be burning tons of calories. You know what I'm saying? So you want to do something that's more functional, more active to help you burn fat faster.
There you go. There you go, guys. Thank you so much, Corinne. You are amazing. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today to talk about your amazing offerings in the bundle. Again, last time I'm going to say it, guys, plant-based bundle available till Monday, November 28th. You can click the link below or in my bio or in Corinne's story today. And yeah, you're going to get amazing. It's like getting a master's degree in eating a healthy vegan diet. There's so much fitness stuff in there too from Corinne and all these other amazing people. So thank you so much again. You're amazing. And I hope everybody enjoyed this. And thank you so much and have a beautiful rest of your day.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me. All right.
Bye.
Peace.